Before I found out about Clear Passage, I had a hernia surgery and they used a mesh on me, and I got complications with the mesh, and 5 years later they removed the mesh from me because it was causing me so much complications. I ended up after that getting adhesions. I went to my doctor because I was getting to the point that I couldn't eat solid food. I was more pain every time I ate solid. So I just started going to the protein shakes in order to be able to stay alive and you know, have any energy of any kind. And I was only working maybe an hour a day, self-employed. I farm, lightheaded, couldn't hardly drive. That was my life for months. Been to the doctor in my location for any way to help me. He sent me up to Mayo, was there 14 times. They couldn't seem to do anything for me. I went back to my doctor and asked him, you know, what is the next step? And he says, I've almost exhausted everything because the surgeon he's talked to, adhesions are transparent to any x-ray. You cannot see it. So the only way you can find out that if you have adhesions is have a surgeon go in with a scope and look around. Unfortunately, the problem is every surgeon, if they go in with the scope and they see the adhesions, they then own it, and then they have to clean you out. So nobody wants to get in that position, because if they do clean you out, sometimes the adhesions will grow back twice as fast. So my doctor just finally said, you got to think outside the box. And he says, because I don't know what else I can do for you. So I got on the internet, trying different searches for an engine, and I kept seeing this Clear Passage thing come up. And I read a little bit more about it, talked to them a little bit, found out that they had produced a book. And so we decided to come down here, 1,200 miles for us. The people are great. It's a different world when you walk here. When I went back home, I kind of felt like I was in the Stone Age compared to here, because they're so far ahead of the curve that I could find a place that got rid of these adhesions without doing any surgery. And by the end of the week, went out and I actually ordered a solid meal. Was a little reluctant, didn't know how that was going to work. I absolutely had no problems after eating that solid meal. We flew home on a Saturday. I give it Sunday, and I thought, you know what, I feel pretty good. Monday come around, and went out and I worked 8 hours, no ill effects. Tuesday, went out for 12 hours, no ill effects. Wednesday, I had a big day to do. I was 20 hours, and it's like, that's it. I don't have to worry. And my wife has not hardly seen me since then, because I've been out working, which is in my element of what I want to do. So I can't say enough good about this place and what they have done for me.
Well, the big interesting thing to me when Ron came to Clear Passage was, before he came, he was on tons of medications for different things going on in his body. And after we got home, after he fulfilled his week here, we were home for 2 days, and he started experimenting with depleting his pills that he was taking. And he got down to just 3 prescriptions that he was on, which are everyday things that are no big issue. But I can honestly say that Clear Passage saved Ron's life. We honestly feel like before he came here, his body was shutting down, and we honestly feel like they saved his life. The staff here was wonderful, very professional. We have been very, very happy.
Yeah, that was the unique thing about the care here. Most places, if you go to a physical therapist, they maybe will work on you 10 to 15 minutes, hook you up to a machine, you know, and try to help you out. Here, it's 4 hours of I shouldn't say non-stop, there's certain breaks, but it's in a day, it's 4 hours of one-on-one, and once they get you in a better place, they educate you on how to stay in that better place with different techniques and pamphlets and everything. So yeah, it's a way healthcare used to be.
We have learned so much from Clear Passage about adhesions, about the body, how the body functions, and what we can do and how I can help Ron from this day forward. Like I said, before Ron was here, multiple times in the ambulance, multiple times in the ER, multiple times at doctors, our social life, that's what our social life consisted of. Going to doctor's appointments, going to the ER. I can honestly say, since we were here 5 months ago, he has not even been to a doctor's appointment.
The other thing too, during all of this, which this time has rolled into about 1.5 years, it has been a financial drain. I wished I would have known about this place to begin with, because it would have saved me thousands, or saved us thousands of dollars if we would have just came here in the beginning, but I didn't know about the place.
Clear Passage is a miracle.
I would highly suggest it for anybody.